Russia launches fresh wave of drone attacks on Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities. Russia launched a wave of overnight drone attacks on several Ukrainian cities, including the capital Kyiv, as well as towns in the regions of Donetsk and Sumy. On Sunday evening, the Russian armed forces attacked Ukrainian territory with 83 drones, 61 of which were shot down while 22 were locationally lost, without negative consequences, according to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine AFU. One drone hit a residential area in Ukraine's northeastern city of Sumy. Another hit a parking lot near a high-rise building, damaging at least 3 houses and roughly 20 vehicles. According to the State Emergency Service, 65 residents were evacuated. One woman was hospitalized, while no casualties were reported. In the Donetsk region, at least one person was killed and 9 others injured after the Russian army dropped an FAB-500 bomb on the city of Kramatorsk. 7 houses, several apartment buildings, a family outpatient clinic, an educational center and commercial facilities were damaged. Alina Sharshakova, head of the outpatient clinic, said that some equipment was lost, but the majority of medication stores on the premises were saved. Meanwhile, 2 women and 3 men were wounded in the shelling of a residential neighborhood in Kostiantynivka, the local prosecutor's office said. In both cities, dozens of cars, power lines, and gas pipelines were damaged. In Kyiv, Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said a drone attack sparked a fire in a non-residential building, with no injuries reported. ISW, Russia testing out new technologies. In Russia, authorities said the debris of a Ukrainian UAV damaged the roof of a 19-story residential complex in Krasnodar. They reported no injuries or casualties. Meanwhile, explosions were heard near the Afipsky oil refinery, a major oil depot located roughly 200 kilometers from the front line. The Krasnodar regional governor wrote on Telegram that a drone in the area had been shot down. Euronews could not independently confirm these claims. According to a report by the ISW, Russia has been using its experience on the battlefield in Ukraine to innovate new technologies, to carry out attacks against NATO states. Russia is actively testing its latest drones and electronic warfare equipment in military operations on Ukrainian territory, ISW said, also citing the reported failure by German authorities to shoot down suspected Russian reconnaissance drones near a German military facility last month. Last year, the bloc's nations faced an increased number of hybrid operations and sabotage by Russia, the report notes. NATO states need to develop their defense capabilities as Russia continues to use its experience on the battlefield in Ukraine to introduce new technologies, it added. Since the start of its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Russia has been suffering from labor shortages in both the civilian and defense sectors. The report suggests that Moscow's partnership with Pyongyang aims to compensate for this lack of resources. According to South Korea's Yonhap news agency, thousands of North Korean workers arrived in Russia in 2024. The several thousands of North Korean workers that arrived in Russia recently may be the beginning of larger influxes in the future that could more significantly help Russia's labor shortage issues,